Well, good afternoon, everyone. I do want to thank you all for coming out. My name is Michael Love. I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Career Readiness for HISD, and I have the pleasure of hosting this press conference to showcase the partnership between HISD and Texas Workforce Solutions, which has been a great partner, not just in providing us guidance on how we're going to prepare and plan our pathways for our students and prepare them for the future, but also in immediate job opportunities, which we're showcasing here today. But with that said, I want to bring up, we have some speakers here to kind of touch base on some different aspects of this partnership. So I do want to start off with, first off, acknowledging everyone here today. Thank you again. But have our trustee, who's been a huge supporter of not just workforce and career readiness in HIC, but also supporting her schools in District 2, especially the Acres Home area, which I know is one of the main components in really capturing students from that area in this partnership. So I want to welcome Trustee Rhonda Skillen-Jones. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here first off in the middle of your busy day. I want to first start by thanking John Mays. John called me about this program and said, hey, I need to figure out how we can get some young people serviced in your school district. And when he called, I said, yeah, that's what we're all trying to figure out. And he said, no, I mean some special needs kids, getting them employed. Well, right away I said, oh, that's different. No one ever has offered to help our special needs kids in that way. And that is near and dear to my heart, which is why I think he called, because that's the population that when people think of summer jobs for kids, they never offer to. And those are some of the most resilient and talented and determined and motivated young people that we service on a daily basis. And so I was very happy to hear that. To the Texas Workforce Commission, who provides the dollars for this, when dollars are very few in government already, but even more so for our students, I want to take the time to thank you as well. This will make a big impact for our kids and go a long way, not just economically, but for their emotional growth and their confidence levels. This is just an amazing opportunity, so thank you. And then for our esteemed Dr. Love, who took the ball and ran with it. It took him a matter of days. Now, that may not mean much to some of you, so let me tell you why that's important. Because we work in a huge bureaucracy where it takes at least 2 years to get anything implemented. And for him to act as quickly as they needed this to happen and to comply with those deadlines was nothing short of amazing. But that just goes to show you that we picked the right person for this job. So thank you for yours as well. And for those of you representing the administration who you'll hear from later, who helped him to make that happen, we certainly appreciate us doing that for our young kids, because June's coming and they need to do something other than watch TV and play video games. And for the general public who supports this, get the word out that we do have people in Houston who are doing good things for our kids, and we do have kids who are in need of these resources. Share this event, share this opportunity so that we can expand this program, so we can continue to watch it grow and do great things for kids. So I won't take any more of your time. Thank you all for being here and for every part that each one of you is playing in making this happen.
Thank you, Trustee Skillen-Jones. I want to emphasize one thing real quick that Skillen-Jones touched on, and that was the challenge for Houston area businesses to participate in a program like this. Far too often, we partner with City of Houston, with the Higher Houston Youth Initiative, with Sylvester Turner, Mayor Turner, and that's concentrating on getting 5,000 students jobs this summer. But when you compare that to cities like Los Angeles and Chicago that have the numbers of 10,000, 15,000 internships they're offering, we know Houston can do better. And that's serving all students in this region. So this is just another piece and aspect of what we're trying to do, not just as a district, but as a city as a whole. I want to acknowledge Ron Fleming. He's the Texas Workforce Solutions Area Manager who's been a huge support in ensuring that we could provide these opportunities to students across HISD. So thank you for that, Ron. We appreciate that. And now I'd like to ask our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Granita Lathan, who has always been a huge supporter of what we're trying to do here in HISD, and that's provide opportunities for our students in college and career readiness. Thank you.
Good afternoon. HISD's Career Readiness partners with community organizations and businesses to provide real-world experiences in class lessons and also through employment opportunities. Our most challenging population of students are going to truly benefit from this partnership today. Texas Workforce Solutions has been integral in providing guidance and data for career readiness to identify high-demand, high-wage careers connected to career and technical education programming in HISD. Students who are participating in the Summer Earn and Learn program will gain skills they will use for the rest of their lives, and through this experience discover career interests which they can pursue after high school graduation. I really wish we had held this press conference on Wednesday. Wednesday night we had a special education parent forum in the community, and some of the concerns raised by parents was what's going to happen to my child after high school, or my child does not have the opportunity to participate in employment opportunities during the summer or beyond high school experiences like some of their peers. So we are so thankful today to Texas Workforce Solutions for providing this opportunity for our students. We're also excited that our students are going to earn $10 an hour. That's major. That is major. Now, let me tell you why it's major. Our board challenged us through the board workshop yesterday. We had a major workshop and discussion around budgets, and we've had a discussion for the past month or so around salaries for our lowest and paid employees. And concerns came up is, what do our employees earn, our hourly employees, what do they earn an hour? So it's a discussion being held also at the district level. But for our students to earn $10 an hour, we are so excited and thankful for the opportunity. And so once again, thank you, Texas Workforce Solutions, for partnering with HISD. We will leave the light on even throughout the school year and for next summer. Let us know what we can do to help you, but thank you again for helping out our children and for partnering with us.
Thank you, Dr. Lathan. Next, I would like to ask really a Texas legend, especially in the realm of sports. On the championship, 1966 Texas Western University, first all African-American collegiate level basketball championship team, and a former NBA player, David Layton, to come up and talk about his program, which is Your Pharmacy. He's a founder and CEO, but to provide opportunities for our students here in HIC through this program.
I am so excited about all this. I have to lean down here. Is the mic on? Oh. Anyway, I'm so excited to be here. We've talked about it for a couple of months or so ago, and we talked about me being here and being a part of it. This is great. I have to tell you a story about my mom. She was always giving herself and giving. She didn't have a lot of money, but she gave her time. And she was always trying to help everybody. She tried to help everybody at the church. So some of that rubbed off on me. So I would like to follow her and do some of the things that she did as well. This is an opportunity. So I'm going to take advantage of it and do everything possible to make it work. It's important that our youngsters learn so they can earn. So we're going to do everything possible to make sure everybody is involved and everybody can learn so they can earn. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Lena, I do want to thank you for giving back a lot of not just time, but a lot of sweat and effort, especially business savviness to give back to all of Houston, especially the students within our district. So thank you for that. Next, I would like to ask great business partner, not just to his brother and emphasizing his program, and that's which is a well-known Houstonian worldwide, Roy Foreman, brother of George Foreman, who's going to also partner with this program across HIC and Texas Workforce Solutions. Roy Foreman, thank you.
David Stahl, so I have to move it down. This is a project that, to me, is special because it's a twofold feeling. I had a younger brother who had polio when he was young. So, you know, back in the 50s, nothing existed for them at all. And the other part of it was that a lot of people hear about George and what the brilliant thing that he's done. But before that, he was part of a project just like this. It was a Job Corps, but it was a program that had been started by a federal program that for kids in the inner city to go. Well, you had to be a bad boy, which is what they listed special needs kids at the time. He was more of a behavioral problem. So now we have the George Foreman Youth and Community Center, and I've been with Doc for like 20-something. I get so confused when people say John Mays because I've been calling him Doc for 30 years. So, but I'm so glad to be a part of this. We have a special need for this for these young kids. My wife, who is a special education director in New Jersey, where I live at when I split my time, and they're always trying to find things for these young boys and young girls to do. And I think a project, and you know, Texas seems like it always leads the way in a lot of things. We don't do so good in basketball and football these days, but other than that, we're doing pretty good. So I'm glad to be a part of this Texas workforce and to see that the kids are going to have an opportunity to earn and learn and at the same time become very fruitful to their communities and their neighborhoods. So thank you, and I'm looking forward to it.
Just glad I could say, Mr. Foreman, thank you. And I'd say give Texas a few more years. We'll be doing all right. So with that, we do appreciate it. I know you'll be catching a flight, though, soon back to the East Coast, so we thank you for your time. And now I would like to ask Mr. John Mays to come up. I remember 3 weeks ago I got a frantic call on my cell phone from John saying, Mike, we got a program. We need to make sure this is happening at HIC, but we got a short timeline. But knowing the work we do in our departments in the aspect of really us trying to provide for our students, we made this happen. And it was a true team effort between our departments and John Mays, Janice Peterson, and also Texas Workforce Solutions. So with that, I do want to ask John Mays to come up and say a few words. Thank you, John.
First, I'd like to say to God be the glory, for truly He is amazing. He's amazing. To Superintendent Love, I appreciate all your efforts, and to Trustee Skillen Jones. You know, I had to get that right. I had to get that right, but she know I love her. I love her to death, and I want to thank you for your support. Because she gets kind of feisty when stuff dealing with her schools. I said, well, Rhonda, I'm your homeboy. But she's serious about it, and I thank you. And on behalf of Ms. Natalie Walker, the CEO of Eagle Wings, which is out of the country, that's another one of our partners. But she's sending her well wishes. She said that, John, when I get back, we got to get to work. But I won't be before you very long. I need to sit down because sometimes I'm long-winded. But this is amazing. And to the Texas Workforce Solutions, this is awesome. This is awesome. Mrs. Fleming, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I pray that God bless you. Because this is something that's needed in our community. And first of all, I want to do this, and I'm going to sit down. I want to thank my young foot soldiers. My daughter, Sedaria, and my niece, they're the ones that do the toy drives for the second graders, for Osborne, Highland Heights, and Wesley, for the ones that have perfect attendance, and I want to thank them. Also, I want to thank Marilyn. She's one of my ex-students, interns from Prairie View. She helps me with all my overseas projects with the Department of Defense Schools. I want to thank her for being there and for accepting all the phone calls late at night when I'll be worrying, have you did this, have you did that. But she's great. She's great. She's great. But, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. You know, and it's oftentimes it's hard for individuals to embrace humility. And I'm going to take my seat, but before I take my seat, I want to, you know, acknowledge and recognize at this time our partners that we have that are committed to helping us with this. And I don't see all of them here, but the majority of them are. First, Mr. Michael Moore, he's the founder and president of the Stuffed Baked Potato Factory franchise. And I had asked him, I said, Mike, look, and he said, no problem, Doc, you know, let me know. I might not have a lot of positions, but I might have one or two for the summer with his franchises. Also, Dr. Flavia Thomas, she's out of town, the park at Sugar Creek Medical Center in Sugar Land. She said, John, whatever you want me to do, that she may have 2 or 3 positions for these kids, and which is great. And also, Mr. Yusuf Muhammad, he had called me this morning. His flight was supposed to land at 12:05, but he's not here, but he's with the American Business Television Network. He's the CEO for that. And Dr. Carl Mays, you know, motivational speaker and talk show host for KYND. There he is right there. Wave your hand, Carl. He's one of our partners. Also, Mr. John Bland with the International Transportation Workers of America. He has endorsed and he's willing to do whatever's in his power to solicit more business partners for this particular project. Also, Mr. Alvin Dixon with Quest Learning Institute. Stand up, Alvin, let them see you there. All right. Alvin, he don't like to be put on the spot, but just stand up again. No, just kidding. Also, Mr. Keith Jones, Vice President for Basketball Operations, he did send us an email regarding that. He wanted to be here, but because they had, you know, it's contract time. But anyhow, he endorses the program, and he said that if anything that he can do to solicit, to gain more business partnerships, he's willing to do it. Also, we have Ms. Rhonda Prince, the Chief Financial Officer for James Prince Enterprises. She's out of the country. I guess everybody leaving the country, but it's vacation time. But she have committed to help us, you know, solicit business partnerships for this program. And also, I have my good friend of I'm not going to tell him how long we've been friends, former municipal judge Warren Fitzgerald Muhammad. He's another one of our partners. But I'm totally committed to making this work, and I'm quite sure all our partners are. We are committed, and we're going to roll our sleeves up to try to solicit more business partnerships. So, because it takes the whole village. It takes the whole village to raise a child. And we want to promote this and let this be a beacon, you know, not only in the HISD, but across the state of Texas. We want to be leaders. You know, we want to use this program as a sounding board that everybody want to copy the partnerships and the way we do things in HISD and the Texas Workforce Solution, and I thank you.
Mr. Mays, thank you for that. And before we close, I do want to thank a few people here. It's our team who did a lot of work within a short time period. That's Elnora, Keon, and Angie. Thank you. I want to also acknowledge we have representation. Booker T. Washington is one of the campuses, also Cashmere High School. Yes, yep. Harper Alternative and Sam Houston High School are the high schools at this point that are taking advantage of this opportunity. I also like to thank Andre Walker for providing us this wonderful venue. This is a great new stadium here, so thank you for that in Fieldhouse. But with that, just to reiterate the fact that we just want to emphasize and really challenge our local business community to consider partnering with Texas Workforce Solutions on this and providing students across the Houston region with opportunities to not just get the hands-on experience to make something fruitful of their summer, but also give them the platform to really guide them down a path of a career path that we don't know. Sometimes that is a career opportunity for them where they work that the rest of their life. So it's a true benefit not just to our students, but also to the city itself. So I do want to thank you all again. That's going to conclude our press conference. I appreciate everything. And on behalf of HIC and Texas Workforce Solutions, thank you all.